What it do is 5280 Missy, man. I'm back. Well, I'm really just here for the first time. My first reaction video I'm uploading, you know what I'm saying? New to the reaction space. But we'll be giving you some dope, cool commentary. We'll be putting together a lot of our own videos, you know what I'm saying? Doing our own research. But in the meantime, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna react to some YouTube videos and talk about some things that's current right now, you know what I'm saying? So, meantime, between time, make sure you got whatever you need to do to get ready. Your bleep thighs, your drees eyes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, make sure you get that ready. Let's go. By the way, make sure you tap the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Let's get to it. Yeah. All right. So today I got a video. It's by Knox Hills. And it's talking about a stain we have in any kind of industry. Adin Ross, he makes streamers look real bad, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. And we're going to get deeper into that as far as my opinion and how I feel about Adin Ross and the reasons why I say the things I say. But for those who don't know, he's been in the back, not even really a back and forth, just a fourth and fourth with doechii, where he just been kind of going in on her. She ain't really been saying a lot, ain't really been saying nothing about him, you know, directly. But just highly disrespectful. So to catch y'all up, called her all kind of dirty, you know what I'm saying, if that, but as he was doing these, you know, you can't keep talking about a black woman like that without somebody saying something to you. So Glass Malone, he kicked it off with the keep playing and we're gonna pressure people if we can't get to you campaign, and it's been going on since. And Adin Ross has been taking L's since. So now he's drawn a white flag, and this is Knox Hills summary about it. I'm gonna just chime in, agree where I can, and we're gonna get to it. You heard.
We're talking about, move on. The last thing I'll say is these people, watch their engagement just drop. You guys will never hear about them ever again. A lot of these Twitter people, you'll never see them or hear about them ever again, I promise. I swear to God, watch.
My first problem, bro, you're not even being apologetic. You just being like, well, if I can't win, basically, like, y'all won't make no more money off of me because I won't be talking about it no more. That's not, he doesn't want to say, all right, I'm my bad. I effed up, you know what I'm saying? He basically like, well, if I ain't gonna, y'all won't make no money off it. He's acting like a child who was never disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. Moving on.
Adin Ross has capitulated. It's official. The one-sided beef between doechii and Adin Ross is, well, it looks like it's coming to an end. That's right. Adin Ross has decided.
Remember I said it was one-sided?
Enough is enough. He can't take doechii dissing him anymore. He can't wait for her response. All the times that she's name-dropped him and referenced him. Oh, wait. That's never happened, has it? I mean, honestly, it's been a pretty one-sided beef since all of this has really blown up and everybody's been paying attention to it. But Adin Ross, after lashing out, firing multiple shots, has decided, well, it's time to wave the white flag and call for peace. But obviously, Adin being Adin, he's done it in a very Adin way. But honestly, the spiral out of control is even worse than Nick Sirianni yelling at A.J. Brown and the Eagles just absolutely choking last night to the 49ers. Yes, I'm a Commanders fan. That made me feel
goodness gracious.
Fantastic.
And again, just a little colorful with this star whiteout. They have a great relationship.
Let's remind ourselves of some of the highlights and some of the moments as we watch Adin just go through all the stages of grief at once.
And by the way, I'm going to quadruple down. I don't care. I genuinely don't give a fuck. My chat knows. As long as my chat doesn't give a fuck. Chat, do you give a fuck? Do you give a fuck?
The chat can't save you.
Do you care? You guys are putting Kekwas. Do you care? No. Okay. So as long as you guys don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck.
See, the problem with these type of people is they think the internet is the real world. So they live under a pretense that they're safe behind a phone or behind a camera, and that they can call the police and it'll solve all their problems, and they can disrespect whoever they want to because legally you're not supposed to touch people, and they think that everybody abides by the law and that they care, when honestly, the gangsters don't care.
Last time talking about it, bro, we got the police escort in New York City. We got the security guards. Listen, bro, I'm a nice Jewish little boy.
Told you. Man's is 25, by the way.
So obviously this was a stream where Adin was still feeling like, yeah, I'm in defense mode. He was firing shots at Joe Budden on this one. He was saying he's untouchable. Come on, I'm surrounded by the cops. What are you going to do? And knowing previous Adin Ross beefs and situations, this is kind of how he handles controversy. He's going to clown you on stream. He's going to do whatever he can to get his chat to try to bully you to fire shots back. And it makes sense because let's face it, Adin Ross definitely was never a bully in his school years. You know, as someone who was often a victim of it, he has no idea how to truly fight back, so he has to involve other people in his situation, other people in his drama, and try to weaponize his chat against them. But the internet wasn't having it, and the pressure stayed on him, and eventually we get here.
I had a good trip. I got to eat some dinner with Los. I want to let you guys know I had a stream plan with a very famous basketball player. It canceled last minute because their PR called. So
you losing PR deals because you steadily talking bad about this black woman. See, this one thing that will tell you right now. You can only get away with talking about a black woman saying certain things for so long before the black community reacts. And when we react very, very strong. By the way, that's Creamer, y'all. But we react very, very strongly when you get disrespectful with our black women. And he's seeing the consequences of that. It doesn't only come from the streets and gangsters. It comes from those corporations, because there are not only black women in these corporations, but they don't want the backlash of being tied to you because of the backlash you're getting from the black community because it loses dollars. Goofball.
Just with everything going on, so we got to give like 30 days, but off season will be good. I'm going to stop coming at people hard and shit. But it's, you know what's funny about the guy? We called. He's like, yo, Adin, like, you know, I don't give a fuck about none of that. He's like, I fuck with you. I actually like that you're vocal. I'm not going to say who it was, but he was just like, I got you.
But this is one of my favorite stages of delusional influencer grief, when they start trying to play and lay some breadcrumbs out for getting a little bit of sympathy on their side. But Adin being Adin, look how even here, he's not even taking full accountability of a situation. Yeah, this famous NBA basketball player, he canceled on me. It kind of sucks, doesn't it? Because I was going to give you guys great content. And obviously this is unspoken, but you can see the way that he's leading his chat. You can see the way that he's bending this narrative. And I've talked about this. These guys excel at narrative manipulation. They're great at gaslighting tactics. They're great at just bending what is said, how it's said, making themselves the victim, making themselves seem like it's them against everyone else. It's like the underdog story that you can't help but root for.
And the only people who believe that shit is their chat. Everybody else in the real world with a real brain doesn't believe any of that shit, and they actually despise these people. Deadass.
They know exactly what they're doing. And Adin even teases, like, yeah, this NBA player, he likes that I'm outspoken. He likes that I do all these things. So it's going to happen. Don't worry. It's just right now things have to cool off. There's zero reference to the fact that the whole reason that he's in this situation is because it's a situation that he created himself. The whole reason that he's getting heat is because of his words, because of his rhetoric. But I get it. This is how Adin Ross operates. I mean, should we expect anything less? This is coming from the guy who gave us a diss track and decided it was a good idea to go and run and do a stream and get support and a cosign by Tekashi Snitch 9. I mean,
somebody we already don't fuck with in the culture, that's a major culture goofy. You go to this nigga for cosign.
Let's look at his weird PDF file cases and what's going on there with minors. Now, as time progresses and the heat starts to get turned up on Adin, he realizes that he finally has to start dialing back some of his rhetoric. He's going to have to do some type of damage control. So when I'm Dante calls him out, this is what he does.
About her, if this is something just to do with a fucking annoying ass song. Like, I've heard songs that are fucking dog shit and mad.
No, Dante, the reason why I got mad is because she's screaming at 9-to-5 workers. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care how much money you make. That doesn't make you hot shit. If you're to scream at fucking 9-to-5 workers when you're blessed to be making millions of dollars making music or doing something entertainment, I'm gonna call it out.
That's bullshit. She has some people working for her, and she got them on a scramble to get something together for a Met Gala event where it's important. She spent hundreds of thousands on this appearance, as far as just to make sure the dress is right, the appearance is right. And anybody that knows Met Gala, they know that Met Gala is one of those events where everything is like so blown out of proportion and it's crazy that to stand out, you really have to be like on top of your game. And so if she's paying these people this money and they already know it's going to be a scramble thing and it's not going right, somebody's going to get yelled at. Point blank period. I'm paying you, just like football players. They pay you millions of dollars. You miss a 10-yard field goal, I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. Point blank period. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's capping and using those people's normal job details as an excuse to go at this black woman, and it's not working for him, which is why Dante finna fry his ass.
It's not because she's black, okay? It's not because she's a woman. It's because she's a bad person from that clip. Same way they try to clip me up and shit, right? Right? So I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're a boy, a girl. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race, what background. I call out people that are horrible people and that treat people bad. Straight up. I don't care who you are. I don't care. I don't care. It's not about our music. Your music sucks. Everyone admits that. I don't care.
Notice when he goes, same way they try to clip me up. So on one hand, you have Adin Ross, who constantly complains about how people take what he does out of context, how they clip him and misrepresent him in the media. But what is Adin doing? Adin is taking a singular clip of Doechii, and he's choosing to judge her and her entire character based off of that one moment in that one situation. And that clip, of course, like we talked about, is the Met Gala. Doechii wanting more umbrellas to cover up her outfit, her collab with Pharrell, her collab with Louis Vuitton, high pressure, high anxiety, high stress situation. But Adin has chosen to take in that and run with it and do the very thing that he says he is against. And I guess because of that one clip, that justifies everything that Adin has done. Calling her a stupid, smelly you-know-what, calling her a POS, calling her unintelligent, all of these other insults that he has continued to throw out and attack her with. And yet again, I love the way that he frames this, right? This is classic narrative manipulation. This is just classic misdirecting his audience. Because what is he doing? Because how's he framing it? I don't like the way that she treats a regular 9-to-5 worker. Well, by saying something like that, you're positioning it like, well, she's rich, she's successful, and it's very easy to have anti-celebrity sentiments in today's world, especially here on social media. There's a lot of people struggling to get by, and then they look at very wealthy, very successful people, and it's easy to go against them. And Adin knows that. Adin knows to tap into some of those emotional responses, to tap into those emotional triggers. Because by framing the issue in this way, he's positioning himself as like a Robin Hood. Look at me. I'm looking out for the regular 9-to-5 person. I'm looking out for the basic person that's struggling to get by, that's grinding every day. I'm on your side. I'm on the underdog side, which is wild to me because $100 million kick deal aside, Adin Ross's net worth could never touch a 9-to-5 worker or come anywhere remotely close to it. But there is one significant change that you start to see. You start to see Adin Ross really trying to calm the waters down in regard to the racially coded language that he's been using. And another classic diversionary tactic is to go, well, look, I don't just insult one group of people, I insult everyone the same way. I don't care what color you are. But Adin, you know what you're doing when you're trying to tap into a stereotype, calling out someone like Glasses Malone who doesn't even have children, telling him that he...
This was the most ignorant shit I ever seen in my life. This man basically, instead of just stopping the disrespect, he doubles down and disrespects Glasses Malone, not knowing who Glasses Malone is. Come and then tells the nigga Glasses Malone, you should be taking care of your kids. I know you got multiple baby mamas. While the nigga has 0 children. So he just basically stuck out and shouted a stereotype. Then he ran around talking about, why don't you go take care of your ops? Like, and then he has niggas sitting around him cheerleading this shit. Like, bro,
needs to go take care of all of his baby mamas and pay his child support instead of talking about you. And we've
you automatically assume the man is on child support, that which therefore means he doesn't have custody of his kids.
Spoken about his framing of Doechii and the way in which he's chosen to attack her by calling her unintelligent, by calling her stupid and smelly, and all of these other insults that he's throwing her way. He knows exactly who that's going to charge up. He knows exactly how that is going to make a certain audience that he believes follows him react and side with him. But he also, and this shows me, is aware of the backlash that's coming with it too. So yet again, this is a way of trying to calm down the bad press, trying to calm down a situation without ever having to truly take accountability, without actually having to ever say sorry for his words, without ever having to apologize. It's just classic narrative bending yet again, distorting, disguising, gaslighting, sending us off on other trails in other directions. Which brings us to our final video on Adin saying it is time to throw in the towel on the drama.
We're talking about, move on. The last thing I'll say is these people, watch their engagement just drop. You guys will never hear about them ever again. A lot of these Twitter people, you'll never see them or hear about them ever again, I promise. I swear to God, watch. I'm done. Moving on. But I do have to say, Anthony Fantano, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, yo. When it comes to Anthony Fantano, I have my opinions about him too. But this is not the time to deflect to that nigga because I can make a whole different video about Anthony Fantano, bro. Because but Adin, the classic, instead of just admitting that you were wrong and that you lost this situation technically, you like, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, and you're gonna lose because I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. And fuck that dude because look what he does, and y'all are not mad at him, but you're mad at me. Deflection.
You have nothing to say, except for why do you call black people hard R's? Why do you do that, Anthony Fantano?
By the way, Anthony Fantano is definitely a dickhead for some of the things that he was saying, but he didn't call anybody a hard R. He was repeating or reading back something, and instead of censoring himself, he just said the shit, which is wild. But like, and he got other videos with him saying with the soft A. I don't know what the context was of him, but he was saying it anyway. So that dude's a dick too.
Why do you do that? What's wrong with you? And you're like 40 years old. Dude, you're like, I don't get it. Whatever. Moving on.
Another thing, do these niggas ever think that they're not gonna reach 40 or like 40 is just they don't. I don't get it.
We're talking about. Move on. Last thing I'll say.
And here we go again. What's the word? It's very simple, yet it seems to be very lacking in today's world of social media influencers, of politicians, of those who often hold power and attention. It's called accountability. Look, we're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes, and I will continue to make mistakes. But for me, what defines someone's true character is, are they willing to take ownership of those mistakes? How do they react when controversy hits them? How do they react in a situation when there's a lot of negative spotlight on them? Right? What do they do? Do they misdirect? Do they blame others? Or do they hold their hands up? Do they accept the situation and do they truly try to find a way to take ownership of it and to grow from it and to move forward with it? But Adin can't help himself even here. It's not even a simple, I'm done, we're moving forward. Let's just crack on with content and what we're doing. No, there's still, I have to throw some grenades at a situation. I have to misdirect yet again because his ego won't let him take any accountability. His ego has to paint himself as the one who is truly the victim in this situation. Because again, look at the language. It is once more classic narrative manipulation.
Last thing I'll say is these people watch their engagement just drop. You guys will never hear about them ever again.
All these people talking about me, watch their engagement just drop. He doesn't say they're clout chasing, but that's what's understood. That's what he's trying to frame this whole situation as. All these people who have been talking bad about me, all these people who have been saying negative things on me, it's because they just want attention. It's because they want clicks. It's because they're seeking fame. No, it's not because I said something I probably shouldn't have said. It's not because I continue to weirdly go after this artist, attack this artist that I've never met, double down, triple down, continue to insult anyone who goes after me. No, it can't possibly be any of that. The only reason that anyone wants to talk about me is because they want fame. Classic gaslighting. Classic, I'm the victim here. And then, knowing that people are going to clip this, knowing that this is going to get talked about, what does he do now? Let me take an example of one of those critics. Let me take someone who's been talking about me and let me just throw all the attention their way. Let me just say some words that I know are going to get my fans to fight my corner. Because this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to feed the hive mind of his fans. He's now trying to plant some seeds in their head so that they are weaponized, so that they have some words that they can use to start firing back and defending his corner. And it's the classic, oh, you call me a bad person? Well, he's worse. Over here, go after him. Go witch hunt him. But what Adin doesn't appreciate is that logically, you're just giving us a red herring, right? You are still not addressing the true roots, the true problems that you're dealing with, and the true consequences of your words. It doesn't matter what someone else does. They don't affect what you have done. They don't affect what you have said. This is about you. But if you want to know how someone is truly guilty, because they tend to call out other people for the things that they do wrong themselves. And this honestly could have been solved a lot more simply. Honestly, it didn't even have to get to this point. It didn't have to continue to spiral out if Adin didn't want to double down and triple down and attack back and fight back. All he had to do was put his ego aside for a second and truly reflect as a human being and truly reflect on his words, on his meetings, on the influence that he carries.
And you know what else is crazy about the situation? That nigga Glasses Malone told him, bro, I can't get to you, so I'm going to start hurting the niggas around you that's accessible. And he said, I don't give a fuck. I don't understand how anybody's still standing next to this fool.
And unfortunately, we have yet another situation, yet another example of a bad actor who has a lot of power, who has a lot of influence, that just sets a terrible fucking example for those who are watching. That sets a terrible example for the youth of today. Because all they'll see is someone who is successful. All they'll see is someone who, yet again, sets a blueprint to gaining fame, gaining power, gaining, celebrity friends, gaining all of this attention that Adin has gained over the years. And yet, when bad situations happen, when they make mistakes, when they slip up, they continue to just deny. They continue to send us on these witch hunts elsewhere. They continue to never, ever hold their hand up and just admit, hey, I'm human. Because to me, the true power, the true bravery is being able to admit mistakes, is willing to hold your hand up in today's world and go, yeah, all right, I fucked up this time. I'm going to get better. But that's all I got. What do you guys think on the Adin Ross situation? Comment down below.
Also, if you want to watch that video, I suggest you guys go subscribe to Knox Hill. He does dope content. If you're a producer or you do music, he does dope content for us as well. So, all in all, Adin Ross is a dick. He's never going to move further until he learns how to grow up and take some accountability for himself. He's a 25-year-old man that still calls himself a kid. What else do we need to say? You know what I'm saying? I'm 50-280 Mystic. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm tapping out. Yer.